Thank you, Mr. Krabbe, for your remarks on behalf of the NIACC Board. I'm Bridget Golman, the Vice President for Student Development, and it is my distinct pleasure and honor to introduce our student speakers for this commencement ceremony. Our first student speaker is Trevor W. Smith. Trevor will graduate with his associate's degree in arts and his associate's degree in science. Trevor is from Greene, Iowa, and is a member of Phi Theta Kappa. His future plans are to transfer and to continue his education in engineering. Then after graduation, it is Trevor's desire to help others with his Tourette's Advocacy Foundation.
Fellow students, families, faculty, staff, administration, and board members, welcome to the NIACC graduation ceremony. My name is Trevor Smith, and I'll be reflecting on my experience as a 2020 NIACC graduate. I want to thank NIACC for inviting me here to speak during our graduation ceremony. I must confess, I'm feeling two different emotions simultaneously right now. The first is gratitude for being given the honor to speak during the celebration, and the second is disbelief that I made it. Class of 2020, we made it. For those of you who don't know my story, I developed Tourette syndrome at the age of 7. Tourette's is a condition characterized by random movements and vocalizations called tics. A little fun fact about public school when you have a movement disorder in the 4th grade is, well, it turns out that the other kids seem to notice. And a second fun fact I learned is that many of them seem to have an opinion about it. It's because of these little fun facts I had to be homeschooled. I continued homeschooling until I reached 15 years old, and from there I graduated high school. I waited a couple years after high school to start college, though. My family moved to North Iowa during this time, and we discovered NIACC. Some exciting things had happened during my first semester at NIACC. The BBC network did a feature of my story, and as a result, 9 million viewers on combined various platforms had the opportunity to hear about my journey with Tourette's. In the telling of my story, NIACC was also seen around the world. Because of these new connections, I feel NIACC is an essential part for both my academic success and my nonprofit foundation, the Tourette Advocacy Foundation. Formal education was foreign to me. Sitting in classes and learning at a pace that wasn't controlled by me was new, but I adapted quickly. I learned early on that I was the biggest beneficiary of my hard work, and if I was steadfast, I generally achieved good outcomes. In a life where I can control very little physically about how the world sees me, I knew that I could control my effort. So I decided that was going to be the characteristic that would define my time at NIACC. I know we all have our stories to share about our successes and even our failures. I'm only one of many NIACC graduates who were stretched beyond their own perceived limits. Yet, I found a way to achieve something so monumentally important, and that is an Associate of Arts and Sciences in Pre-Engineering Studies. I know everyone graduating today climbed a similar mountain and had to push through various challenges as well. As a NIACC student, I quickly recognized that the whole world was open to me. I had incredible instructors who helped bridge the gap between learning as a homeschooler to learning as a college student. I discovered clubs like the Anime Club. I got to sing in the choir and build professional skills as the Papa John Center intern. In a word, I would say my time at NIACC was transformational. I know we all have plans following our graduation. Some of us will choose to head into the world with the degree we receive from this incredible institution and seek our own prosperity. Some of us will seek the next level of our educations and attend other universities. Regardless of your path, I feel NIACC has prepared us for what is next. I'm inspired by a quote from Henry David Thoreau, an American poet and author who said, "What you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving your goals." I believe this is the very essence of my transformational experience here at NIACC. I hope all of you graduates feel similarly. As I look ahead, I want to dream a little. I want everyone who walks away from this graduation to feel inspired by what we have achieved in laying a foundation that will ultimately improve our lives. For myself, I want to continue to grow the platform that NIACC helped me build. After my story with the BBC, I recognized a real need for organized efforts to bring understanding to neurological disorders, such as Tourette syndrome. Because of that, I formed the Tourette Advocacy Foundation. One of the first groups to help me start my foundation was NIACC. They helped me spread my message and provide speaking engagements out to my target audiences. The NIACC faculty have worked so hard on my behalf to make it possible for my nonprofit to grow, and for that, I am grateful. I've decided to pursue an education in engineering. Whether or not I choose engineering as my career, I feel that I'm better prepared to make the choice, in part, due to my time here at NIACC. I can only hope that your experience here with NIACC was the same as mine. I want to leave you with these thoughts for what's in store for you next. You are the biggest beneficiary of your hard work, and achievement and success are the byproducts of that hard work. I want to thank the NIACC community one more time for inviting me here to speak and to have shared this incredible journey with all of you listening. Thank you, and congratulations to the NIACC class of 2020.
Our next student speaker is Paige Dearman. Paige will be earning her Associate of Arts degree as well as a certificate in coaching. Paige is from Northwood, Iowa, and plans to continue her education by transferring to the University of Northern Iowa and earning a degree in early childhood and elementary education. Paige is also a member of Phi Theta Kappa, a Hall of Fame candidate and the recipient of the Elmer and Gladys Weasel Endowed Ambassador Scholarship.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Paige Dearman, and it's my honor to have been asked to speak before you all today. My journey with NIACC started before I even graduated from high school, as I had the opportunity to take a number of career-linked courses, which allowed me to complete most of my general credits before I was even a freshman in college. I noticed very quickly that NIACC was more than just a community college. It was a place filled with acceptance, generosity, and most importantly, opportunity. Growing up in rural Iowa with a small high school graduating class, the idea of attending a four-year university right off the bat was nerve-wracking. You would have to come and go to classes every day where the teacher most likely wouldn't be able to put a face to the name on the class list, or where even thinking about attending office hours to ask questions seemed terrifying. Thankfully, I found neither of those statements to be true in my years here at NIACC. I have spent the last 4 semesters, along with a few summer and winter interim courses, not only expanding my knowledge on topics and lessons I would need for my major, but also creating relationships with my teachers and classmates that I hope last a lot longer than just today's graduation. For anyone listening that's curious, yes, the teachers are able to put faces to our names, and they would go out of their ways not only to talk to us in class, but stop us in the hallways to ask how our days were going and if there was anything they could do to help us. My major is elementary education, so a strong bond between teachers and students is something I am very passionate about. As a teacher, it's important to be there to strengthen a student's knowledge, but it is also important to be a support system for them, especially when it comes to college. For many people, this is the first time being away from home, the first time learning how to navigate the world as an adult on our own, and somehow we're expected to work, attend class, and complete all of our coursework in a timely manner. But without a doubt, the staff here on campus make that possible. So thank you, teachers, for everything, from the late-night email questions to helping us through early morning labs, and during these uncertain times we're currently living, never once giving up hope on us. We couldn't have done this without you. Next, I want to talk more about the opportunities offered here at NIACC that have caught my attention from the very beginning. Before I even began attending classes on campus, 2 words were continually brought up in any conversation I had with an enrollment advisor, and those words were student ambassador. I had no idea what a NIACC student ambassador was, what they did, or most of all, why they would want me to become one. Let me tell you, becoming a student ambassador and being given the opportunity to represent this school has been one of the best decisions I've ever made. I was able to work alongside the admissions office staff and my fellow student ambassadors to promote the college, welcome, and then give tours to prospective students around campus. It was amazing to show them NIACC, to see their minds change and realize that this was exactly where they belonged. They wanted to choose NIACC first. I will forever cherish my time spent in that office with those people, creating memories I will carry with me for the rest of my life. NIACC also offered the opportunity to join any and all clubs or organizations we saw important in our lives. During my time here, I also decided to join the Education Club, Women in Leadership and Learning, and, thanks to my grades, the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. As I mentioned at the beginning, NIACC is more than just a college. It's a home, one that I am proud to represent, and I am so glad I chose NIACC first. To my fellow classmates of the 100th graduating class from NIACC, congratulations and best wishes in whatever life has in store for you. You will do great things. Thank you.